Doing live. So we're live on YouTube. So let me go grab the link. So if you hold on, I'm going to go grab the YouTube link. Where is the YouTube? All right. And you think after doing this for over a month, would be easy for me. I still have to wonder where it is to grab it. All right, there's the live. All right. Share, copy. Let me pause this and let me go back to Clubhouse and add and pin link. And I paste. Okay, so there is the link at the top. And guys, if you have questions, I'm actually doing it live. Good afternoon to those who are on Facebook. It's actually being streamed live to my Facebook group, Create Financial Solution. And it's also streaming on YouTube. It's also streaming on YouTube. So make sure you can say hello. You can put your question in the chat on YouTube. And for those who are in the Clubhouse, you can put your question in the chat, or you can come to the stage and ask your question. So to kick us off today, so I'd like to just make sure we do an introduction for those who don't know who I am. I'm Elaine Forbes Daisley, and I've been using QuickBooks for over 25 years. And I've been doing accounting for 34 years. And I'm a certified QuickBooks Pro advisor, both on desktop and on online. But now I just focus on the online. So I like to do these demonstrations because people tend to think that when you think about QuickBooks, that it is quick accounting. And QuickBooks is not quick accounting. It is accounting, but it's not quick accounting. So understanding QuickBooks and how to do stuff in QuickBooks is going to give you way more leverage to use the program and to better understand what you need in your business. So the first question that we have on the today is about report. So what I'm going to be demonstrating is how to use QuickBooks to pull reports in multiple screen. So the question is from Alicia, and what Alicia is asking is that when you go to pull a report and you want to go to pull more than one report, if you just do it in the screen, like I am doing right now, I'm doing a profit and loss report. Once I pull this report, if I need to see another report, I have to go back to the report list, and that report is gone. And then I have to do, let's say I want to see a balance sheet. I pull the balance sheet. So today, what I'm going to show you is how to have multiple windows with the reports. So you go to report, we have the balance sheet up, and we're not going to go over all of this. We're just going to show you how to pull the report. So the balance sheet is up, and I now want to do this balance sheet for this year, but I also want to look at the same balance sheet for last year or for a different period. I'll go to the report and right click on the report. And what it does, it opens this little pop-up window. And inside of this window, it says open link in a new tab, open link in a new window. You can open the link in an incognito window. But the one that you want to do is open link in a new tab. If you click on open link in a new tab, what you'll see is that now I have two tabs. One that says the name of the company right here. If I click right here, it now opens up a report screen. And now I can go to a balance sheet report, and I can change the date to last year and run the report. And now I have on two screens. This one as of December 31st, and this report over here is for January, is for December. It says December, it's for this year. I hope my fan don't make too much noise because man, it is hot in here. I'm trying to find. Okay. Let me know if you're hearing the fan. So, Alicia, did you see how that was done? I'm not sure if Alicia, can you hear me? All right, Alicia, I know you had let me get back here. Yes. Yeah. So, and this you can do for anything that's on the side. What you should do is probably make sure you subscribe, and you can probably go back and watch it. So on the side, any of these things on the side, these items on the side, like if you were in a bank screen and you wanted to do multiple screen. Now, the thing that you also, before we do the bank screen, that you have to aware of, if you change this screen, let's go to the bank screen right here. You have this window open right here. You can also go to the bank screen in that window. So you can, it's going to tell me the bank is not connected because I'm in the sample company. So you can do. Now what you have to be aware of, especially when you do the bank screen. Now, this one that is blue, this check-in, once it's blue, that's the display at the bottom. If you want to do a different account when you go to the other screen, you got to change it to the other account. So now you have the savings display right there, and now you have the check-in display right here. So you can go between either screen if you want to be checking on something that's in the savings, and you wanted. The reason why you would do this screen, the change between screens, right? The reason why you want to change between screen, especially if you have more than one bank account and you would like to, and you have transfers, if you have more than one bank account and you have transfers, sometimes you want to look at what is going on in either account. You can do that, and you can use the multi screen to change between, and just flip from one screen to the other so you can see what you're looking for. And that's with any of these. On the left hand side, the left navigation bar, if you click on any of these, you can do the same thing. So let's say you wanted to go to the bank. I'm going to close this one and just keep this one open. Once it pops out this one, the additional menu, what you do is, this is where you do the right click, and it gives you the option to open in a new screen, in a new tab, right? And you can do it for any one of these. You can do open in a new tab. I am not sure how much tabs you can open. I usually open 2 or 3 depending on what I'm doing, especially when I'm doing reports or when I am doing reconciliation, because I want to see what's going on. And then I can just switch between. Now, this one is going to open to the savings, and this one actually open to the apps. And let's say we go here and we wanted to see the receipts. We can right click on this one, and it's going to open in the receipts. And now we're in the receipts. So now you have the tabs here. A rule of thumb for me, and for those people who are using QuickBooks Online, a rule of thumb for me is to make sure that I use QuickBooks Online on a Chrome browser, that the only thing I open on that browser is QuickBooks Online. So for me, I want to be able to see just QuickBooks Online. So if I'm opening multiple windows, it's all has to do with QuickBooks Online. I don't open anything else. I might open a bank if it's connected to QuickBooks, but that's the only thing that I actually open in that browser. I hope that's helpful. And it's the same thing for any of these if you want to open them inside. If you go to, once you change here, then you can go here, you can change to whichever tab you want to look at. You can be looking at multiple things at the same time. I hope that was helpful. Yes. So if you make an entry in one tab, so when you go back to that window that has the entry in that you just made, what you have to do is right here is refresh that screen. I hope it does it right. So whatever you did in this window that was open, let's go to bank transaction. Then it pops over to this one. The windows have to be the same. Where when you go over to that window, you can just refresh right here. I do it a lot, especially inside of when I'm doing a bank reconciliation. So I go back, if I go in the bank and fix something in the bank, I go back to the reconciliation and refresh it, and you'll see the changes. Was that helpful? All right. So those who are just coming on in the room, or if you're catching the replay, because we're probably going to leave this replay up. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Latina. If you have a question, please feel free to either put it in the chat or you can come to the stage, and we are just doing live. We're taking whatever question you have as it relates to QuickBooks Online, and we're answering them with a live demonstration. The link is at the top, so you can watch it live on YouTube. We can actually show it to you live on YouTube so you can see what we do inside of QuickBooks. So if you have a question, please feel free to put it in the chat, and or you can come to the stage if you're in the Facebook group, or if you are on YouTube. Just making sure. Okay, there we go. We can take your question and we can just show it to you live. So make sure that if you have any questions. So if we answer the report question or the multiple screen, how to use multiple screen inside of QuickBooks Online. That's one of the things that's inside of the desktop that was very useful, and I learned the workaround for the online version. I was so happy because now I can have multiple screens open and I can look at different things. And I'm sure if you're working inside of QuickBooks, especially if you're doing it a lot, you're going to want to, look at stuff in different windows. Hey, Miss Carlita, I know you said you're working. All right. So for those who are probably seeing inside of QuickBooks for the first time, let me ask you this. I know Alicia used QuickBooks. I know Carlita used QuickBooks. Dawn, do you use QuickBooks? I see Latina. All right. Any question inside of the YouTube? So here is something about QuickBooks, and I had a conversation today with one of my users, a person who is coaching as it relates to QuickBooks. One of the things that I find that we do is, and it's me too, we've been using QuickBooks, like we're using the bank feed to enter our transaction, but Listen, it was just heartrending when I realized that we all been doing it. We're using the tool wrong. We're using QuickBooks wrong. We need to use QuickBooks to give us the use it in a way that we're going to get all the results that we need to, you know, to answer the questions that we need to answer. So when you're entering inside of QuickBooks, because I know we tend to focus inside of the bank feed, but I want to give you all a challenge who are using QuickBooks, whether you're watching today, next week, next year, whenever you're watching this video. And what I want you to challenge yourself to do is to start entering your transaction as they occur, incur, when they happen. The day or a couple days later is enter them when they happen. So start entering. If you're snapping your receipt, and we all know that this is not going to work. Let me see if it works today. We're going to upload. All right. Let's see if it works today. I don't know. It doesn't seem to work in this version. And this is actually a sample company. So for some reason, I don't know if it's going to work. It doesn't seem like it would work. So ordinarily you can upload a receipt and it would show up here. But the other way you can do it is that you can do new. And we're going to do expense. And I'm going to put RTRA. And because that vendor is not in, I'm going to add it. And I'm going to save. And it's going to take today's date. And we're going to say we're paying with the MasterCard. And this is the advertising and marketing. And this is going to be CRM. And the amount is 99. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the invoice. And I'm going to attach this. And it opens right here. That's because of my computer. And now I have this enter inside. Now, the reason why I sometimes save and close the thing about oh Lord, see, it didn't take it. But let's go to the expenses and see it's right here inside of here. Now, this is showing up inside of here. If this bank feed was connected, once I pay this in the bank feed, what it will do inside of the bank feed is actually going to say, it's going to show up here, and it will say there's a match found. And now I can actually click on it and match it. This will not happen inside of the sample company because the sample company the bank does not connect to this is not connected to a live bank account. So there's no way to show you the other part of the transaction. And that's one of the things about QuickBooks is that while I can show you some stuff inside of the sample company, in order for you to see some of the stuff that is going to make, the actual full application of the process, you have to be inside of a company that is live. So that's why it's sometimes better to be in your own company so you can see those transactions and how they actually flow through to either the balance sheet or the profit and loss, or even from the bank account to your expense. So if I go to report and I pull the profit and loss, and I think we put it on the advertising, and this is from March, January 1 to March, and there it's advertising. If you click on the advertising, see it has the Contra right in there as $99. So you can go back and check to see if things are flowing through to the right account by actually pulling the report, or you can go to transaction. Let me go back here. You can go, there's several ways to look at your entry. You can go to transaction, recent transaction. Let me see if it will show up here. Here it is. Recent transaction, and it will show the recent transaction right here. So your report, I know like a lot of people think about the report as just a balance sheet. There's a lot of report, and we can look at expense by vendor summary. And let's see if we see Contra right here. Hope I did not confuse anyone with that. So that is it for today. Unless anyone else have any question as it relates to QuickBooks, we'll just be chit-chatting. But that is it for the demonstration for today. Unless anyone else have any question, we are going to turn off the demonstration. Let me see, make sure. So Alicia, how long have you been using QuickBooks? Mm-hmm. I know. I know. Okay. Yes. Yes. Right. Oh, okay. So let's do that. Let's do that. So, guys, over here on YouTube, we have a question on Clubhouse, and the question is, I just did a transaction and add the receipt to it. Let's go back to the bank feed, and we're going to grab any. These are saying matches, but we're just going to grab one of them, right? And I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is saying there's a match found, which means that this was entered. So let's see. Okay, so because there is a match found, okay, I'm gonna look for one that doesn't have. Okay, here, this one. Okay, so this is in the bank feed. If there is a match found, I'm not sure if you're seeing what I'm doing, Alicia, but if there's a match found, like this transaction that says 222, it says there's a match found. What it is that there was a bill already entered inside of QuickBooks. So that's the reason why it doesn't. But if you notice this transaction that has no match found, if you click on that transaction, it now opens up and gives you where you can add an attachment, create a rule, exclude, categorization history. So now you can click on this. This is inside of the bank feed. So inside of the bank feed, you can do add attachment. And I'm just going to grab an invoice from here. It doesn't match it, but it doesn't matter. I do open. And now that attachment is here. See, it shows it that there's a PDF right here. And this is right inside of the bank feed that I'm actually adding this receipt. And then I'm going to categorize this to repairs and maintenance. Okay, we're going to say that's building, right? And then I hit the add button. Now, let me show you what happened inside of the report when you go to the report and look at that. So we're going to go to report, and we're actually going to go to vendor summary. Is that what we, no, where's my vendor summary, the sales? Where is it? Where is it? What you owe, expense, vendor summary. And we're going to go to Higgs Hardware, and where is it? Oh Lord. Now I don't remember what date it was. All right, let's look at this one. Because I couldn't remember. That's credit card. That's not it. Why didn't I pay attention to what I was doing? I think it's this one. All right, and because I can't find it, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to recent transactions. So I'm going to go back to report. I'm going to go back to report list, and I'm going to find my recent transaction. Oh Lord, where is it? Recent transaction, because that's going to show up right here. And I'm going to click on this. What you see right here in this little box is the receipt that I just attached. So if I wanted to make a copy of this receipt, I can click on it. It's going to open it in a PDF window. And now I can print this receipt, or I can do whatever I need to do with it. Now that's going to help you. Remember, I just use a receipt from my computer to show the example. This company is a sample company, so Higgs Hardware is already set inside of the bank feed. So we were able to use an expense that was inside of the bank feed, so we can do this demonstration to show you how to attach a receipt to a transaction that's inside of the bank feed. So this is not going to match, but in the real life, you should attach the receipt. Name should match the receipt. The description or the name of the payee should match, because you should be matching the receipts to the person who. So I hope that makes sense, because this was just for demonstration purpose that we use. And then you can click this. If you ever get an audit and they ask for your receipts, you can just click on the receipt and you would see it. It would pop in a new window, and you can print it if you have to. But now there it is, and you can now go, and we can save and close, or we can just click out of it. So if you just did a transaction inside of your QuickBooks and you want to find it, like I didn't pay attention to what the date was or anything like that. We just add the receipt to show you how to add a receipt. You're going to go back, and then you go down, all the way down to, and I guess it says for my accountant, recent transaction. And once you click on recent transaction, you'd be able to see that report. Was that helpful, Alicia? Welcome, Abdullah and Hardy. If you have any question as it relates to QuickBooks Online, you can go ahead, put it in the chat, raise your hand, come to the stage, ask your question. And if you want to see the actual live demonstration where we're inside of QuickBooks Online, you can go to the YouTube channel, which is, the link is at the top. Make sure when you go, you subscribe, like the video, and make sure that you turn the notification on. I do this live demonstration every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Alicia, was that helpful? All right. I am glad that this was helpful. I like when people come and ask question, because when you ask question, I can get to give you live what it is, because I could show you this, but if you have a question, then it will help you to visualize what I am doing. So if we have no more question, hey Derek, how are you doing? I'm gonna I am good. I have some deadlines. Y'all know today is a deadline if you're a multi-member LLC, if you're S corp, C corp. Today's the deadline to file your taxes. If your taxes is not going to be done, please make sure you go ahead and do an extension. Now, let me tell you this: an extension does not mean that you avoid certain penalties and interest. So if you're filing an extension and you have an idea how much taxes you owe, you might want to pay that today and file the extension, and then you can finish up your accounting, make sure your bookkeeping is all together, and get that done and get your taxes all taken care of and squared away. So guys, thank you so much for joining us today, and I'm going to get back to tax preparing. I will get back to tax preparing if we oh, there is a question. Okay, if you're considering, hey Don, thank you so much. Yes, you can go ahead and watch the YouTube. I use Excel. Okay, and you're considering QuickBooks. I will put the link below for the QuickBooks. That you can get a discount on the QuickBooks when you do decide to go ahead and purchase it. Please do make sure that when you're ready to do your QuickBooks, you at least look at how setting it up. Do not connect your bank account first. Or if you connect your bank account, at least make sure you go through the actual steps of how to actually make sure the things that you need to set up before you start categorizing your transaction. I'll probably do a video on that next week. The steps, each step that you need to complete before before you start categorizing your bank feed. Hey, Katrin, thank you so much for coming on in. Guys, if you have a question, please do put it in the chat. Raise your hand, come to the stage, or send it on the back channel. I hope I didn't have anything. Did I miss it? Oh my goodness. Okay. That was just somebody saying hello. You're welcome, Dawn. All right, let me get back to here. And I'm usually here Monday to Friday, and I do at 2 p.m. But on Tuesdays, only Tuesdays, I do the live demonstration of QuickBooks Online, and I do it on YouTube so people can see it because I can talk accounting. I can talk accounting from now until tomorrow, and I'm probably going to say something that somebody's going to look at me and say, what is that and what does that mean? But if you ask me a question and I put it inside of QuickBooks where you can actually see what I'm doing, that is going to be helpful for you. If you are not using QuickBooks, I'll have the link below where you can go ahead and you can try it out. There's a 30-day free trial or 3 months, 50% off. They do not combine. It's either or. If you want the 12 months where you get 30% off, then you got to reach out to me because there is also a 30% off the QuickBooks, but you have to reach out to me in order to get that discount because that they don't put it on the referral. You only get either 30 days free or 50% off 3 months. All right, if there is no more question, if there is nothing else, we are going to go back to tax preparing. That's what I'm going to go back to, tax preparing. Because, today is the 15th and I have a couple of taxes I want to get finished before it gets dark. Let me put it that way. All right, guys, over here on YouTube, goodbye. Have a great rest of your day. See you back here next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are going to end. Now,